Nations League Barcelona vs Inter Milan prediction, team news, lineups preview. 15 years on from their last clash in the Champions League semi-finals, Barcelona and Inter Milan convene for another last-four tie, with Montjuic playing host to Wednesday's first leg. Inter prevailed back in 2010, but Barca now aim to eliminate their Italian rivals and meet either Arsenal or Paris Saint-Germain in next month's decider. Match preview. Having made it through to the semis with apparent ease, Barcelona are now bidding to reach the Champions League final for the first time since claiming their fifth European Cup in 2015. Barca's bitter rivals Real Madrid have subsequently claimed the continent's top trophy 5 times, but the reigning champions are now out of this season's competition while the Blaugrana's fearless young squad are still standing. In their first European campaign under German boss Hansi Flick, they have scored at a rate of 3.1 goals per game. Only Flick's former Bayern Munich side 3.2 has ever averaged more, finishing second behind Liverpool in the new league phase before beating Benfica in the last 16. Then, following a decisive 4-0 home win over Borussia Dortmund in the quarter-finals, a stage where they had lost on 5 of their last 6 attempts to progress, they eased off in Germany and suffered a 3-1 defeat. Still cruising through to the Final Four en route, the Catalan club have won 5 and drawn 1 of their 6 home matches while racking up 21 goals, and Flick's free-scoring team notched 3 more in Seville on Saturday evening, as they came out on top in a typically dramatic El Clasico edition of the Copa del Rey final. After 116 minutes, an extra-time strike from Jules Kounde split the sides in a 5-goal thriller against Real Madrid, securing a record 32nd domestic cup triumph for Barcelona. Also 4 points clear of Los Blancos at the top of La Liga, Barca have now won 23 of their last 28 games, only losing to Dortmund, but they could do with further extending that trend on Wednesday, when they seek a vital first-leg lead. Inter are unbeaten in their last 15 Champions League home fixtures. Furthermore, the Spanish side were winless in the team's 2 most recent meetings during the 2022-23 group stage and also lost their last semi-final showdown. Barcelona may have had the better of the club's 12 Champions League clashes overall, winning half, but Inter memorably won the most important so far. Jose Mourinho's experienced squad beat Barca 3-2 on aggregate before tasting glory in the 2010 final. European champions for a 3rd time that year, the Milan Giants were runners-up to Manchester City in 2023, but they are now intent on going one step further. After matching Barcelona's 19 points in this season's league phase, Inter then defeated Feyenoord home and away in the last 16, before ending Bayern Munich's hopes of reaching a continental final in their own stadium. Davide Frattesi's late winner in Bavaria set up a tense second leg at San Siro, where the Nerazzurri held out for a 2-2 draw and edged through a close-fought quarter-final. Notoriously tough to beat, Simone Inzaghi's side have suffered just 2 defeats in their last 20 Champions League matches, and Inter's coach now takes charge of his 50th game in UEFA's top competition, becoming the 7th Italian to reach that milestone. None of the others can match his record of 26 wins. While Inzaghi's well-drilled team have scored 19 goals in this term's campaign, compared to Barca's 37, it is their defensive grit that makes them such formidable opponents. So far, they have conceded just 5 times and kept 8 clean sheets. However, recent results suggest that tired legs and minds could cost them on Wednesday. Inter lost 3-0 to old foes AC Milan in the Coppa Italia semi-finals last week, making it 5 games without beating the Rossoneri this season, and have suffered costly back-to-back defeats in Serie A, having been stunned by a last-gasp goal in Bologna, abruptly ending their 13-game unbeaten streak before exiting the cup to Milan a few days later. Sunday's top-flight fixture brought a third straight loss without scoring. Indeed, a 1-0 home defeat to Roma left the Nerazzurri 3 points behind new league leaders Napoli with 4 games remaining, casting doubt over whether they can successfully defend the Scudetto. Before returning to that task against Hellas Verona this weekend, Inter must first try to rediscover their resilience and keep Barca's brilliant attack at arm's length. Team news. Still without star striker Robert Lewandowski, who suffered a hamstring injury earlier this month and may also miss next week's return leg, Barcelona hope to have first-choice left-back Alejandro Balde back in action. Should he fail to pass a fitness test, Gerard Martin could continue to deputize in the Blaugrana's defense, alongside Íñigo Martínez, Jules Koundé and Pau Cubarsí. Elsewhere, Marc Bernal and Marc Casado are both sidelined by knee problems. Number 1 goalkeeper Marc-André ter Stegen is back in contention, having returned to the squad for the first time since September, but vastly experienced backup Wojciech Szczesny is set to keep the gloves for now. Likely to support Ferran Torres up front, wingers Lamine Yamal and Rafinha have combined for more goals than any other duo in the Champions League this season 5, while creating the most chances for another teammate 16-8 apiece. Along with the absent Lewandowski, they have scored 27 of Barca's 37 goals in the competition so far. Meanwhile, Inter captain Lautaro Martinez has found the net in all of his last 5 Champions League appearances, becoming the first player to score more than 20 times for the Nerazzurri in UEFA's top tournament. His preferred Marcus Thuram partner, who has scored a career-best 14 league goals this term, hopes to play some part at Montjuic, having missed the last 3 games with a thigh injury. Alternative options Joaquin Correa, Marco Arnautovic and Mehdi Taremi have not convinced. Thuram's French compatriot Benjamin Pavard sprained an ankle on Sunday, so his presence may be in some doubt, but Denzel Dumfries and Piotr Zielinski both returned to action against Roma following layoffs, after regular starters Alessandro Bastoni and Henrikh Mkhitaryan served Serie A suspensions at the weekend. They should return to Simone Inzaghi's starting 11 in Catalonia. Barcelona possible starting lineup: Szczesny, Koundé, Cubarsí, Martinez, Martin, De Jong, Pedri, Yamal, Olmo, Rafinha, Torres. Inter Milan possible starting lineup: Sommer, Bisek, Acerbi, Bastoni, Dumfries, Barella, Calhanoglu, Mkhitaryan, DeMarco, Martinez, Thuram. We say, Barcelona 2-0 Inter Milan. Still on course for a quadruple this season, Barcelona are unbeaten in 6 home games against Inter to date, and they can continue in that same vein at Montjuic, amid concerns about form and fitness. The Nerazzurri's aging squad are in danger of ending their own trophy quest empty-handed, particularly with a deficit to make up in Milan. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.